The media is completely missing the real story. While the world is distracted by political theater and temporary ceasefires, a leaked satellite report has just exposed Washington's absolute worst nightmare. A geopolitical kill switch has just been activated, and the United States Navy might be powerless to stop it. For over 80 years, the formula for global dominance was simple. Whoever controls the oceans, controls the world. The U.S. military projected power through its carrier strike groups, floating fortresses that could enforce Washington's will anywhere on the map. But warfare has fundamentally evolved. We are no longer in the era of battleship-to-battleship combat. We have entered the age of asymmetrical hypersonic warfare. This isn't about a ground invasion. This is about choking the empire. Intelligence analysts are tracking the quiet, unannounced deployment of advanced hypersonic anti-ship missile systems, securing a major global transit choke point. In simple terms, a rival superpower has just positioned a loaded gun directly at the jugular of global trade. They now have the capability to sever 30% of global energy shipments in a matter of minutes. Let's break down exactly what this means. These aren't traditional missiles. Hypersonic glide vehicles travel at over 5 times the speed of sound, maneuvering unpredictably through the atmosphere. Current U.S. naval air defense systems, the Aegis combat system, were not designed to intercept a swarm of targets moving at Mach 5 with unpredictable trajectories. A $13 billion aircraft carrier, the absolute symbol of American might, can now be catastrophically disabled by a missile that costs a fraction of a percent of that price. For decades, the United States maintained global hegemony through absolute naval supremacy. But aircraft carriers are useless if entering a zone means certain destruction. By installing this localized kill switch, the opposing force isn't trying to start a war. They are executing a structural checkmate. They are raising the cost of American intervention so high that Washington will have no choice but to stand down during the next major crisis. This strategy is known in military circles as anti-access/area denial, or A2/AD. The goal is not to fight the U.S. Navy. The goal is to make the ocean so lethal that the U.S. Navy refuses to show up. And the moment American ships hesitate to enter the Indo-Pacific or the Middle Eastern choke points, the global security umbrella collapses. Imagine the panic in global markets. If a single commercial freighter is hit or even threatened, maritime insurance premiums will skyrocket overnight. Supply chains will freeze. The price of energy will double in a week, sending shockwaves of inflation through Western economies. When you control the choke points, you control the currency. This silent military buildup is a direct assault on the petrodollar system. If Washington cannot guarantee the safety of global shipping lanes, international markets will be forced to seek security agreements elsewhere. This is how superpowers actually fall, not with a sudden nuclear strike, but by being slowly squeezed out of the global logistical network. Consider the timing of this deployment. It is not an isolated military drill. It aligns perfectly with the accelerated expansion of alternative economic blocks like BRICS. While the U.S. Navy is being systematically locked out of critical choke points, alternative financial architectures are being stress-tested to bypass the SWIFT system. The trap is twofold: a military blockade paired with an economic firewall. If an American adversary can guarantee the safe passage of energy resources using their own hypersonic umbrella, while simultaneously processing the payments outside the jurisdiction of the U.S. Treasury, the geopolitical monopoly of the West fractures permanently. History offers a terrifying and exact parallel. We only need to look at the collapse of the British Empire. Britannia ruled the waves, but its global supremacy evaporated when it could no longer physically secure the Suez Canal during the 1956 crisis. The moment the world realized the British Royal Navy could be forced to stand down, the empire unraveled. We are witnessing the exact same structural decay today, just with advanced technology. A hypersonic missile is not just a weapon, it is an instrument of imperial foreclosure. We are already seeing the alliance of rival nations capitalizing on this vulnerability. By securing these vital maritime arteries under their own hypersonic missile umbrellas, they are offering an alternative global architecture. They are telling the global south, the United States can no longer protect you, but we can. This is the invisible transition of power. Washington is trapped in a dilemma. If they attempt to destroy these missile sites, they risk a full-scale kinetic war that could wipe out their fleets. If they do nothing, they quietly surrender their geopolitical crown. The chessboard has been flipped. The next global conflict won't be fought over land. It will be fought over transit. The countdown to a systemic economic shock is already ticking. If you want to understand the true structural forces driving these global shifts before they hit the mainstream news, subscribe to Veil of Secrets. The real war is silent, and it has already begun.